It's 7:02 a.m. November 6th, Sunday. Just a minute ago, I was upstairs and it was 5:55 on the clock up there. I came straight down here, went to the computer for just a second and turned the lights on, put a dish in the sink, set down a water jug, and now it's 7:03, 7:04 now. So where'd that time go? I don't know if Lily manipulated the clock upstairs by the bed, by my my chair. I had to sleep almost perfectly straight sitting up, otherwise all the mucus in my lungs suffocates me. Excuse me. All right. This should be the last video I'll ever need to make. Lily she feels like I do. She's my other half. I call her my better half because I love her. She's more important to me than I am. She is my spirit mate, my other half. So, I mean, there's no more powerful love than Lily. What Lily has, what she is. And there's nothing as strong or stronger than what I am, Ara. Not this body. This body's nothing. Sometimes when people first start listening to me, they forget, we're not these bodies. If you drive over to your friend's house and they're having a picnic outside, when you get out of your Toyota, do they say, "Hey Toyota, how you doing?" No, they call you by your name. Okay, the animals, they've been dying. They've been dying in large amounts for a few years now. I mean, they die on and off. Species, get eradicated, and then things change like that. But I'm talking about some serious death of animal lives. It's barely just begun. It's about to get real serious. The how and why. Okay, we're going to explain that. And it's important to me, it's important to Lily, for you to know what's going on, for you to understand what's going on, and how they feel as they die. This and other people, when I get out of this body, and I'm myself again, and Lily and I start changing everything, I'll be destroying stuff everywhere. People. Disgusting, abusive people. You're going to find out that as people go, as they're taken out of the body, unless they've been abusive and aggressive, they're just going to calmly go. But I want you to know how they feel, how it happens. Lily wants you to understand how it's going to happen. It's happening to me right now. It's happened to me before, but not like it's happening right now. So tired. Tired week, whatever. Almost there. Really close now. I've been saying for years, since 2009, that when I get out of here, I'm taking the animals with me. Now, the personal pets, unless they're really sick and old and need to go home, they're going to be the very last to go. If someone's not taking care of them or whatever, I'm taking them. Period. The most, anyway. How and why. This is explaining the why. Animals have always been abused. Animal essence. It's a different form of spirit that was made in the very beginning. I wrote a creation series that the spiritual foundation is closed right now. Won't be open for another couple of months, I think. But they're all still on Amazon.com. Excuse me. There's 3 books in the creation series. There's another book there about Jarrah's Runes of Awakening, but it's not about creation. In book 1, the first book, Creation, Its Beginning and Your Origin, I talk about the different forms of spirit made in the very beginning, as well as the original first being, what it was, where it came from, the creation of male and female, yada yada yada. Excuse me. But I explain what animal essence is. They've been abused more than anything. They've been needing to come out and quit going into bodies for a long time. Everyone's excuse me. They've been needing to come out of bodies for a long time. Everything's coming out of solid bodies. That's going to end in a certain amount of years. Anyway, they've been so abused. That's enough. Who I am, not this J. Essex bullshit. Who I am, Era. I stated on the other side that the animal essence would stop going into physical bodies in 2015, about June, mid to late June of 2015. And except for very rare circumstances, they wouldn't be doing it anymore. So human, Fae, and Feynman souls and essence started going into all these animal bodies to see what it was like. Some of them were actually put in there as punishment. Excuse me. Once I'm out of here, it all ends. That's it. No more. So, a lot like right now, there's a big issue with, I think it's in Botswana, with all these elephants that have been dying since 2020. And I mean, it happens on and off, but I mean large herds. It just happened again. From out of body, as I'm relaxing, sleeping, part of me comes out and it makes changes. There's almost nothing of me left in this body anyway. but it's starting to get things. It's been starting to get things going for a while. Now, animals that have been born after, from July of 2015 and on, almost none of them have animal essence in there anymore. But animal essence has to get out of the few bodies that are there. A lot of these elephants, they're older animals. A lot of these other animals, they were born before 2015. Whales, same thing with whales. And so many, and the other mostly larger animals, well, they're being taken away. In 2015, February of 2015, in a video, I stated that the herds, that I was going to start taking the animals out in a large group. I didn't specify what kind and everything. I said they're going to be leaving like in herds. I mean, large amounts. That's February of 2015. March of 2015, a little more than halfway through, they realized that about half the world's population, more than half the world's population of Saiga antelope, mostly in Kakistan, that they just died. They just, boom, fell over and died. And then I did a video explaining what happened, and I said that very shortly after the one video, I had people call me saying what happened, explain it. So I said that I put out there that the actual bacteria and stuff that we have in our bodies, that is part of our immune system and protects us. Animals have the same thing. They were mutated to attack the body instead of protect it, and then the body starts just dying and shutting down. It's not painful. It's not painful at all. It just starts shutting down, and then at the last moment they're pulled out. What happens at the last moment is just what I'm going through now. The body gets numb. There's like pins and needles everywhere. The body's numb. The mind starts just fading out, really foggy and fading out. And then at the right moment, then you're pulled out of the body. Lily pulls them out of the body. And then they're free, and the body's just finished, laying down. I mean, in Kakistan, the antelope, there was babies right next to the mother. All of them just laid down on their side. Over 220,000 of them. And there's just another thing with all these elephants in Botswana or something, I don't know. There's hundreds of elephants that have been dying, just falling over. It's going to get serious after I'm gone, and I'll be gone soon, finally. I've been waiting since 2015. Things that kept me here, and they're dealt with, and now I'm finally getting to die. Now, 2015 I was starting to go and it was stopped, but I had the same issue. It's like a yeast infection I had. Same thing when I was George Washington. In my throat, it's a nasty looking yeast infection. So your immune system stopping. It's not painful. I went to a doctor in 2015 when I had it, and she said, "Man, that must be, painful as hell." And I told her, "No. People, you're protected more than you know." Those are compassion, and 95+% of everyone that listens to me at all, you're compassionate people. But I had to stay because of something that my adopted sister had done. I was about to be, my house was about to be taken away and put in the street because she's the executor of my father's will, and instead of paying off all the property and everything, she decided not to pay for anything and put the house in, they were going to take the house, whatever, default. Anyway, all that's dealt with. When I'm out of here, very soon I'll finish dealing with her. But anyway, there's a lot of nasty, abusive people that are going to meet their end, but not until they understand what they've done wrong. And it's going to be painful. Because of the pain they've created, they're going to suffer a lot more. It's only right that they know why they're being destroyed, and then they'll be destroyed. Lily and I talk, I'm getting back to the animals here in just a second. I need you to know about this because this is what's happening and why. And it's Lily and I, your oldest brother and sister. And she and I are spirit mates, the strongest things there are. She's had 8.9 something, a little over 8.9 trillion lives. I've had over 10.846 trillion lives. We're very powerful, very loving. We're very old, the oldest there are that have ever had a life. And we care. We don't want anything for us, but we do want everything for everyone else, individually and as a group. So there's some cats and other animals. I can do so little stuck in this body at this point to take care of anyone, anything. So I take care of Mama, an old cat that's here. And the spirit went up this asshole, Human Essence. He's one of the quote-unquote old elders. God made me the elder. The original first being male and female, where supposedly you're God, and of course it's dead. Killed it May 23rd of 2013. Both of them, both halves. And it's all they do is abuse. How can you have a continuous battle between good and bad if there's something that gives a shit? How can you have lives the way you've had them if something actually gave a damn about you? Is that how you treat your children? If it is, you suck. And don't worry about it, because you won't exist pretty soon. That's enough of this shit. That shit's over. Everything's changing. Creation's going from that of from a format of abuse to compassion, understanding, honor, and equality. And if something's really negative, whatever, if they're not hurting anything, they have every right to exist. And if they want to get cleaner and fixed, that's offered too. Everything's going to change, a 180. So anyway, Lily, when Lily saw what was, Mama Cat was made scared as hell and couldn't sleep for a couple of nights. I've made her 2 nice homes, and she was afraid. She kept looking. I could see it with the cameras and stuff. She was looking for something that was attacking her, and there's nothing there. And I saw what it was the first night. I realized what was going on, and it was this Human Essence asshole, called himself, I said it a minute ago, one of the elders, just to mess with it, so that would mess with me, because everything has to be abused while it's in the body to make it stronger and bigger, yada yada. I've talked about that in other videos. The sickness of the original first being, you're a fucking god. Those of you that are religious. It was just original first being halves, and they totally sucked. Anyway, book one it describes all that, explains it in detail. So anyway, she's calm now, and she's got two nice homes to be in. They got heater. She's got a heater, some air ventilation. Anyway, when that happened, Lily got pissed. Now, when you are in your natural state, you don't have emotions. You have feeling, but you don't have emotion. Now, emotion, like a feeling, goes like this, and then an emotion is a spike that comes off of one of those feelings, usually from being in a body and being pushed hard through it. These bodies are like amplifiers. When you're not in the body, it's not being amplified. Now that feeling can get real strong. And Lily came to me and she said, then, you know, what happened to her, that human essence elder, supposed elder, whatever, she said, you know, she was saying, you know, there need to be done, gone, dealt with, but and it's not talking through words, it's telepathy, it's just by strong feeling. Lily is my spirit mate, and we communicate as if we were having the one same thought. And then she asked me to go to facade.com, FACADE.com. You can get free, pull free tarot readings and some rune readings, although the meaning of the runes don't always fit, but it doesn't matter. It's just a symbol, and I take it from there. But I told her, honey, I don't want to do this. You know, I understand, hear you clearly. And she was a little bit, you know, like, do this. And I'm like, okay. So I pulled one card. It's computerized. So you pull one card. I pulled one card, tarot card, and it was the Ace of Swords. And if you look at the Ace of Swords, it's about, you know, things, brand new change, you know, things coming strong, powerful, proper, yada yada. If you look it up, you get the full meaning. And then she said another one. So I picked another one, and that was the castle. You know, people falling out of the castle, lightning destroying the castle. So when I pulled that, I said, you know, honey, I know you're talking about my death, but you're also talking about what I'm going to do when I get out of here, all the crap I have to destroy. I don't mean people that have done some wrong things. I'm talking about bad spirit inside body doing bad things. Like this human essence dude that called himself an elder. Doesn't exist anymore. But anyway, so after I said that, she said one last one. So I pulled another one. And same thing, the castle. Now the computer, when you go there and you pull cards, you know, hit the buttons to pull cards, it's computerized. It's not going to hit the same thing twice. And when I got it the second time, I said, you're right here on this card. You know, I know you're talking about all the stuff that needs to be destroyed. And that it's imperative I do that. And I forgot the word she used. Eradicate. She said these idiots like this human essence elder just killed, destroyed. She said they all need to be eradicated with prejudice because there's just no way that you can have smooth creation with them in it. And I said, you know, honey, I know that. I'm going to take care of it. When we're in a body, people, we are not ourselves. I mean, we're still us, but we're such a small piece of ourselves, and we can't function right either. We have to do stuff through a body. about the most unnatural thing there is for all of us is to be stuck in a human physical human form. Physical form, period. So anyway, then I wondered, you always check and make sure. So I said, I'm going to make sure that I didn't, that it pulled up the same card, the castle, twice. So I went back a page, and there's a castle. I went back another page, and it says pick again, and then go back another page, and there's the castle. Go back another page, pick again, go back another page, and there's the Ace of Swords. So, it's just like she was trying to get me down here to make this video, and she threw up, she started bugging me to make sure I got up, and then she just had my head turn around, look right at the clock, and 5:55. And there's no, so it's 5 or 6, and there's no way in hell that I was down here an hour. And then got on the thing here. No, sorry. Electronic stuff is one of the easiest things for us to manipulate when we're in a normal state. Now back to the animals. As the animals start leaving, and I'm taking them quick, okay? That's enough. They've been abused enough. It's like, how can you take these animals? Because they're being abused. Oh, but I love them. Oh, okay, because you love them, you want them to hang around even though they're suffering? No, doesn't work like that. It's what they need. What everyone needs as a whole, what they need. Not what makes you happy, it's what they need to have that matters. So you want to get pissed at me, go for it, man. I don't give a shit. What needs to be done is gonna be done. And I know those of you listening, over 95% of you understand that. As much as it hurts us to see that happen, we know. We understand. They need the freedom. Lily was showing me today what it's like when she's going to take me, so I'll know exactly, and I'm still kind of feeling it right now. But when the animals go, that's the whole point, right? When everyone goes, the good people, not the assholes, it's just a numbness, mental falling away, and then poof. The battery's pulled out of the remote control car, and the car goes, car stops. It's not painful. Please don't think that anyone's suffering. Not the people that leave, not except for the assholes, not the animals. Everything's changing. I'm close to being out of here. And some of you know almost to the year, well, you basically know to the year how many years we're going to be in body after I'm gone. But I'll tell you this, it ain't 10 years. All the physical people will be out of bodies. I've said publicly, I've said 20, that within 20 years. And 10 years is within 20, and it's I'm just telling you 10 right now, within 10 years. Not exactly 10, within 10 years. And all of a sudden, everyone at the same time is going to be poof, back home on the other side and go, wow, man, that sucked. Your spirit, sentient energy, you don't sleep, you don't eat, you're out doing whatever you want to do the whole time. And you finally will have free will. All this religious dogma and bullshit and lies, all religions are full of shit. There is no religion, there's no God, there's no devil, there's no demons, there's no angels, there is us. Spirit. beings, eternal beings. I'm gonna be. I'll be gone very soon, and the next 8 to 10 months, people are gonna be freaking out. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I told you about that Beijing tsunami, is what I call it. And Toyota, I'm having such a hard time. Japan is going to get wet as hell and shake, but it's going to get really wet. And then Taiwan's going to get wet, but it's going to have some little cracking going on. Because the main issue is right between them. Okinawa, see ya. The new Atlantis. And that wave, I'm pushing it straight into Beijing. So anyway, you'll see what happens. The thing is, I wanted you to know, Lily wants you to know, that when all the animals and the good people, when they go, it's just shutting down. It's smooth. It's compassionate. If someone looks like it's suffering on the inside, it's just being taken away. The bodies act a little funny sometimes, but usually they just shut down. Sometimes they might jerk once or twice, but usually they just shut right down. And it's going to get serious. But like in Botswana, all the elephants, all the whales and stuff, these animals were born before 2015. The vast majority of them. Not all, but the vast majority of them. They needed to come out. And there's still a lot more. But when it happens, that's what's going on. It's done as compassionate and softly as possible. I know what I'm doing, and so does Lily. Talking to you through this body, me thinking through this physical crappy brain, or physical brain period, I don't have access to everything I need to have access to, but I know this for a fact. I have faith in a lot of things, but the one thing I have faith in is how much Lily and I love you and how much you mean to us. That's one thing I've always known, and the fact that I can create change. Nothing can stop me. I know what I am. I've always known that since I was a child. I didn't understand it until I got older. 55 or something? Who knows? In my 50s. Anyway, so that's what's going to happen. Try not to get too upset and worried about it. But this is all long overdue. And we're finally closing in on it. Folks, love you. Lily loves you. All we want is the best possible for your happiness and well-being, all of you. Except, listening, but the abusers, nah, your ass is mine. Folks, love you. Take care, and you'll be seeing a lot of me. I'll always be there. Have a good one.